รายการต่อไปนี้เป็นรายการทั่วไปสามารถรับชมได้ทุกวัย
สวัสดีครับคุณผู้ชมวันนี้รายการ COC เพื่อเราได้พาคุณผู้ชมมากันที่สถาบันการศึกษาแห่งหนึ่งซึ่งถือว่ามีชื่อเสียงในการผลิตบุคลากรด้านการบริหารระดับประเทศทีเดียวรายละเอียดจะเป็นอย่างไรนั้นเดี๋ยวกลับมาพบกันช่วงหน้าครับThe integration of the ASEAN community creates a large business sector with high growth potential in the near future. In the meantime, it is a high risk for those who are unprepared or cannot compete with other businesses in the ASEAN level. And for those who cannot correct their weak points, the new investor who look at ways to enhance their business growth may snatch business opportunities from you. Obviously, these factors may affect the business leadership in the ASEAN community in 2015.Are you ready for this significant change?
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับคุณผู้ชมครับ
พบกับพี่ตัง
น้องปอครับ
กับรายการ
COC เปิดครับ
วันนี้พี่ตังจะพาน้องปอและ
จะ
คุณผู้ชม
พา
ไปพ
คุ
บ
ณ
กั
ผู้ชมน้องปอไปพบกับ Professor Dpark ซีเจนซึ่งถือเป็นดีนของศศิลป์ที่มีชื่อเสียงของประเทศผูกติดกับจุฬาลงกรณ์ University ซึ่งจะเป็นที่รู้จักนะ
ใช่ค่ะ
เอาละครับช่วงนี้ไปพบกับ Professor Dpark ซีเจนกันเลยครับสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
Sasin institution is one of the most prestigious and well recognized to all ties.
Yes.
It's also associated with Chulalongkorn University, as I propose.
Yes.
Well, coming to the first questions, I like to throw you one question which is quite important. Sasin is one of the prestigious institutions who can lift up the education capacities. Sasin can get involved in this process of increasing capacities and so forth.
The way we look at Sasin is to build Sasin as the ASEAN knowledge platform.
Oh, great.
That's the positioning we want to have for Sasin.
That's a key word.
The key word. Anyone who is interested in working in the ASEAN region, companies who are interested in building their talent, they would come to Sasin and either we would get them as MBA students, executive MBA students, or we can do executive development programs for corporations to train their people to be good executives for the ASEAN region. That with the reputation we have, with the kind of faculty and support we have, we can achieve that goal.
To put forwards and to achieve the targets in bringing the Thailand to stand in the front lines.
Absolutely.
In terms of economic progress.
Yes. In fact, I truly believe that if you ask me as a brand positioning for Thailand, I would say we should become the center of gravity for ASEAN.
Great.
That's Thailand. And within Thailand, Sasin becomes the knowledge platform.
As a former director of Kellogg University, which is one of the top 10s of world class, so You think you can bring those some sort of technology from Kellogg's and to pass on for those participants?
Yes.
In this, I would say now we like to promote, we like to the audience, the viewer, to learn about the Senior Executive Programs 2015, which
Yes. Sure.
is going to establish whatever.
Very good.
And you think that would be part of it?
25 years I spent at the Kellogg School of Management, 12 years as a professor of marketing, and 13 years in the dean's office. So I have learned a lot working with my colleague, Dean Don Jacobs, who was instrumental with Professor Tomsak in establishing SASI.
I see.
So the history goes
He's
back
a co-founder.
the co-founder. He is the co-founder. So my interaction with Sasin started in 1989.
I see. That's
When
the first year.
First year I came here to teach. Based on what I have learned and based on all the relationships I have with schools in US and schools in Europe. So we want Sasin to be the state of the art leading institution when it comes to management theory and practice.
Professor Dpark, I think it sounds very interesting
Yeah.
about the programs. SEP stands for Senior Executive Programs. And it's come to my curiosities and what courses involved and what kind of requirements for those executives levels who would like to enroll in this particular program.
The senior executive program at Sasin is meant for people who are in senior positions in the company, members from all over the world who are experts in their fields. We start the program with an overview of the macroeconomic environment
I see.
and what the world economic look like and what are some of the key factors that participants need to understand about macroeconomics. I tell you, the person who teaches this is so good that within 3 days, each program, the total program is 3 weeks and each discipline gets about 2.5 to 3 days, they get a very good perspective on exchange rates. Things like this.
Exchange viewpoints.
Exchange viewpoints and exchange rates and the experience, economic factors that influence the growth of economies and others. They get a very good global perspectives on where the ASEAN countries are relative to the other countries of the world. Then once they get this, we start with various functional disciplines. First, depending on the sequencing, they will start with normally the marketing discipline. And I teach that part, and what I focus on is how companies need to be more customer centric. You are in a particular business, but you need to look at the business from your customer's point of view.
Right.
What I mean is, what value do you add to the customer's business? Which means they are able to capture the price that they would like customers to pay for their products and services, and how they sustain their competitive advantage in the marketplace. Would make you a better leader. What challenges leaders face today, and we have a world-class faculty member who comes and spends time with the participants on this whole concept of leadership.
I see.
From leadership, then we move into the concept of innovation. Because if you look at what drives the reputation of a corporation,
Derives from R&D innovation.
Right. So R&D innovation, how the company is growing, the growth and the leadership. So we cover all three aspects: the innovation aspect, the leadership aspect,
I see.
and the growth aspect. Now, for you to grow, for you to be innovative, you need good financial structure.
That's right.
So then the next module comes on financial management, financial planning, and corporate finance. So we try, our instructors are very good in giving enough financial knowledge or financial skills to these participants. And then we end with strategy, which is like the capstone, where the overall the strategy for the firm, how companies need to make sure their vision, their mission, and their strategy, they are all aligned. So though it sounds a short period like 3 weeks, but you work almost 6 days per week. And we have very good instructors, and the participants are, I started coming here as part of the Kellogg School, and I have been teaching for a long time the marketing part of the program. So you would see people.
You specialize in business strategy.
I specialize in marketing. Professor
Marketing.
Tiffany specialized in business strategy. Seta put in macroeconomics. Michael Yusim in management and leadership. And sometimes we also have some other new areas, like for if risk is a very important area, we had a professor from Kellogg who came and taught the risk module. This year we are bringing a professor from Kellogg to teach the innovation module. The teaching style consists of lectures,
I see.
case discussions, and lots of class participations. Bring
Two-way
their
communication.
experience. Yes, the faculty members bring their expertise, and the participants bring their experience. So that is how the classrooms are. We also let the participants work in groups. There are lots of group work, because when they prepare a case in a group, they also learn from each other, how each member thinks.
Professor Dpark, I was wondering, we are gearing towards ASEAN communities. Do you also welcome those ASEAN participants,
100%.
non-Thais, I mean?
Oh yes, and our reach is not for Thais. In fact, in the last 5 years I have taught, we get people from Myanmar.
Oh, I see.
Oh yes. Now there is a thing. We are trying to target more people to come from this region, but our focus from the ASEAN is primarily on CLMV, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam. That's our focus among the ASEAN countries, but not limited to that. We would love to have people from not only ASEAN, but from Asia. By Asia, I mean China, India, and other places also.
So you have to have, you must have a press release.
Yes, press
To the
release
ASEAN
and also
communities.
word of mouth. We write letters to our alums and so on.
What if you're on 50, you can have another class?
So the next year,
Oh, I see.
what we are thinking, this is for 2016.
Once a year?
Yeah, this is once a year in the month of August. But we have also opened a new campus in Greater Phuket.
I see.
Yes.
Really?
Yes,
You're going to have
for
campus in Phuket?
Yes, for executive education.
My goodness.
For executive education.
That's going to be very lovely. huh?
Yes. So what we would like to do, depending on the market environment, have 2 programs a year, one in Hua Hin and one in Phuket. Process.
What if she's interested? She
Yes.
can be one of them?
Most welcome. If you have a form, I will sign it right now.
That was the very first questions. But I think those
Yes.
who would like to enroll in this, I say SEP,
Yes.
stands for Senior Executive Programs. People should know by now. What do you have to do? What sort of requirements before that? And
What
at what
costs?
cost? This is very important for those who like to know.
It's worth spending the money. That's I would say.
Okay. I would say in figure. Would you say in figure? Or no need? They find out themselves.
They can find out.
Okay.
It's all the details of the brochures are there and so
right.
on.
All
I
right.
focus on the value rather than the cost. So
But
yes,
it's worth paying for it.
100%.
Okay.
I would say. And one way to measure this is the feedback we get from the participants and also the interest of the alumni to come back.
What would they expect? What kind of outcome they could expect of this class, and how this participant could pass on in playing a significant role to upgrading the education?
Yes, it's problem, or you can think of this as an opportunity. So what the participants get in this program is the following. See, when you are dealing with a business problem,
I see.
sometimes you don't know where to start or how to start.
Yeah.
So my view
How
of
to is a big
yes,
chunk.
yes, and so my view of executive education is we teach these participants how you put structure on unstructured problems. The word which is very commonly used
Make
is
it
a framework.
informal. Make
yes,
it informal.
make it formal. A formal framework for you to learn how to analyze a marketing problem. If you have a financial issue,
Can you name some of the former participants?
oh yes. So our participants includes people from 4 major sectors that I can recall. First are the banks. So we had people from Bangkok Bank, K-Bank and others coming. Second is the PTT group. That group has been very supportive of this program.
The largest
And,
company.
the
in Thailand.
largest company, and they have been a big supporter of this program. The third I would say is Bangkok Airways.
Oh, I see.
So we get people from the professional services sector, Electricity Generating Authority of Thailand. So we get people from there. We get people from consumer packaged good company. As I said, we had people from Myanmar. We want it to be a discussion format.
Ask him what you want.
What
Any,
if I'm interested? Can I?
of course,
Can I join this program?
most welcome, because it would help us on 2 dimensions. First, we get this industry, what I would describe as media and entertainment, represented in the classroom. Plus, with your vast experience, you can share that with the participants, and it would be adding richness to the program, and I'm sure you will also walk away with new thoughts, new perspectives, new innovative ideas.
Great. So, Professor Dpark Sijen, I think I myself quite interested in, but
Welcome.
I'm not sure whether I'm qualified for it. ฟังแล้วเนี่ยถือว่าเป็นคอร์สเป็นหลักสูตรที่คุ้มค่าจริงๆนะ SEP หรือ Senior Executive Program เนี่ยเพราะระดมคนระดับมันสมองของประเทศมารวมตัวกัน 3 อาทิตย์ต่อเนื่อง ถือว่ามีคุณค่าอย่างนี้ครับ สนใจติดต่อมาทางอีเมลของ Professor Dpark Sijen ได้ ซึ่งจะปรากฏอยู่บนหน้าจอนะครับ แล้วท่านก็จะติดต่อกลับไปทุกท่านที่มีคำถามนะครับ วันนี้รายการเซียวซีปึกลาคุณผู้ชมไปแล้วครับ ผมน้องปอและ Professor Dpark Sijen ลาไปแล้วครับกับรายการเซียวซีปึกครับ
ค่ะ
สนับสนุนโดยบริษัทโตโยต้ามอเตอร์ประเทศไทยจำกัด
My advice to managers to succeed in this environment, you need to have the ability to anticipate what are some of the possible scenarios that may emerge in the new future. Anticipation is different than prediction. Anticipating various business scenarios. The second thing that we need to learn is how to deal with ambiguity. But you need to learn how to deal with unstructured problems. These are certain skills that you learn when you come to business schools, either for a full-time or some short-term programs. There are lots of people who want management know-how. Can we create an accelerated program in a condensed form so that these senior
We went from
executives.
2 years down to 3 weeks.
Yes, you can
My
say
goodness.
2 years and 3 weeks. Yes.
It sounds like unbelievable. But
No, but it can
it
be
is
done.
true now.
It is true. It is true, and it has been going now for more than 25 years, and we have been very happy. So with the quality of participants, the quality of the